What's going on, everybody? You know what time it is. Your man Alex Fleming alongside Eric Wilson. Yes, we are back for the 2019-2020 season of our very own Orlando Magic. Hashtag this year, Magic above all. So, Alex, my brother, man.
Glad to be back, man.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be back.
Excellent. So tonight, as you know, opening night for the Magic, home against the Cleveland Cavaliers. What do you think?
Well, I think before we go on this little 3-4 game road stand, it's nice to have a home game. Season started yesterday. Here it is Wednesday. We get the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, new coach in town for Cleveland, Coach Beeline.
Yes.
Lots of college experience, no doubt, no question. More than 15 years on his resume. But he knows Coach Clifford, not only from Siena and Canisius, but through the upper Mid-East as well. And I asked him today about the synchronicity from his college players to the Cleveland Cavaliers players.
You don't have 6 weeks to get it done. You have 12 days, and that's been difficult for me. But I realize now you improve exponentially once you start playing games, and that's where the improvement should really spike now.
How would you compare this squad that you currently have to some of the teams that you had in college?
Oh, they let me find out a little bit more about them, because I remember in college all the teams that, oh man, they've been here 2, 3, 4 years. They know our stuff, and then you're working your rookies in, right? We're all sort of in the same boat. I'm learning about them. They're learning about our coaching staff. So it's very similar to some of the programs when we inherited programs before. It was because they were not achieving at a level that the management wanted them to achieve at. So there's a reason for that, and now we gotta build it. A lot of the rebuilding programs that I've been a part, all right, prepared us for this, and we just got to do it.
So as you can see, Coach Beeline knows not only Coach Clifford, but definitely knows the game of basketball. Something else he spoke about just the magnitude of the game and how throughout this 82-game season, they're going to learn as the days go on. This isn't something where you just come in, know what you're supposed to do, and just, hey, let's just roll it out there. No, this is a game-by-game process. Even went so far as to say that win or lose after tonight's game, they are going to be on the computers just kind of analyzing and breaking down the film. Now, flip over to our man, Coach Clifford. And again, his guys, this team, Alex, you and I know them very well from last season, bringing back pretty much the entire group, adding some key pivotal pieces, but he did speak about some things.
Well, Coach Clifford, he was modest. He has high expectations himself. But when I asked the players about their expectations, they didn't want anything of it. So I brought that attention to Coach Cliff, and this is what he had to say.
When I asked the players about expectations for this year, everybody backed up off it. They didn't want to put expectations on the team. Do you have expectations for the team this year?
I think in this league, to be honest with you, is where we're at, and we have a good team. I think we can have a terrific year, but you don't put limits on what you can become, and nor do you, set unreasonable goals. There's some teams in this league in the East and the West who their goal, and I've been fortunate to be part of those teams, their goal is to be top 4. Now could that happen for us? It could. A lot of things would have to go our way. We'd have to play great, and other teams might have to play not as well. Health will be a big part of it in schedule, but we're a playoff team. But I think that our guys understand you got to play the games. You got to play a game tonight. You have to get into the mindset of you learn from the game, you fix it, and then you play again. For us, it'll be Saturday and Monday. And that's the best way to go in this league. I don't care how good your team is. If you start jumping around with we need to win X amount of games or we need to do this, it's not how, when you play 82 games, it's just not how it works.
As you can see, he wasn't having it. Coach Clifford will not be moved. This man is focused, and it's game 1. This team is bigger. This team is faster. I believe this team is going to be a lot better.
Oh, of course. When you look at everybody from the starting 5 of Vucevic, Fournier, Augustine, who is now the old man on the team, and then the 2 powerhouse guys, Gordon and Isaac. Listen, the one thing that we always knew about the Orlando Magic was if they got depth, they were going to be a formidable team, and I think we're going to see that elevated out tonight. Listen, we're going to be back at halftime giving you guys our analysis of what we think is going on, what we see. But again, back here at Amway Center, it's the Magic versus the Cavaliers. Game 1, opening night. This place is jam-packed. The electricity in this building is truly going to be magic above all, and more importantly, true magic. Perspective here at halftime. And listen, what more can be said about this team except transition? Transition that we saw from last season to this season is definitely a vast improvement. I mean, the Magic right now are up 17 points?
55 to 41.
All right, 14 points. But I mean, I'm looking at the transition from the starting 5 to adding in the new additions to guys just getting hot at the right time. I'm thoroughly impressed so far.
The Magic aren't shooting well, yet every single player that dressed up tonight has scored a bucket. 7 players. 7 has at least a triple.
Yeah.
Fast break points were leading by 7, and the boards, it's getting bad. It's really getting bad. The Orlando Magic are dominating on the glass. They're dominating in the paint, and the second they crash out in the paint, well, guess what? Let's pop a 3. Plus, Markelle Fultz, he's only taken 6 shots. He's hit 4 of them. He looks good.
Yeah, he came out, hit the first. He was 3 for 3 off rip. I mean, in a span of less than 2 minutes, this young man came out. And for a guy who's played less than 40 games his entire NBA career, granted it's only now his 3rd season, if you will, he looks like this is a man who has taken all that outside distraction and throw it away, because he came out tonight like he was dressed, ready to play, and ready to prove to be a guy for this team on both offensive and defensive side of the ball. You spoke of the rebounds. I will say this. Cleveland right now, 23 rebounds. The Magic only have 22, but a vast improvement from the first quarter when they only had 7. So they were hitting the boards in this second quarter.
Yes, you see, when you're hitting shots, you really don't need rebounds. Second quarter, when you're not shooting that well, you catch up on the rebounding game.
Yeah.
Last year's All-Star,
Yeah.
Vucevic, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. When you got help around you, things are a little bit easier.
I would agree with you, because you know what? When I saw him and Al-Farouq Amino out there together, I was like, okay, I like this 2 big man set that we got going on right now. And Farouk came out there and he was like, listen, wherever you need me, facilitate, tell me, I'm there. AG looked really good tonight.
Aaron Gordon got off to a flying start. He's not playing games with people.
No.
9 points. You got one person in double figures with Fournier. He's leading the pack with 12. But everyone who started tonight got a bucket. You can't ask for much more.
No, you really can't. Congratulations to the Magic. You know, they won 94-85 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, I mean, this has been a very interesting night all the way around. I think the big story for the Magic side of the ball has been the return, if you will, of Markelle Fultz, a young man who's played less than 35 games in 2 seasons. He was the #1 draft pick, but kind of took all the negative energy out of his system. Came out tonight, 4 for 6 to start the night off. I mean, this man was the spark that the Magic definitely needed tonight. They looked good. I think the only hiccup or the only obstacle they need to overcome right now is rebounding.
Magic were out rebounded tonight.
Yeah, they were. They were.
9-point victory, but the Magic were out rebounded. Magic players, 4 players in double figures. Everybody who suited up tonight to play had at least 1 bucket. Jonathan Isaac, who was the lowest point scorer, had 8 rebounds and 2 blocked shots. This was a complete team effort, and somehow, some way, they all gelled around Fultz.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like I said, that was the big thing. I think having him come back and just getting out there and doing what he loved to do. And I think he impressed a lot of people tonight, because I think he reminded people, yeah, I can do this. I got the handles. I can do the no-look pass. I can. Terrence Ross even said it. He was out there he had eyes in the back of his head, finding the open man, finding the looks, and getting the points.
Nikola Vucevic, 21 points tonight, only 4 rebounds. The double-double machine from last year had an easy night on the boards tonight.
But you know what? You don't have to be the double-double machine when you've guys like Al-Farouq Amino and you've got Mo Bamba coming out there and being those other big men out there. We talked about it in the 3rd or 4th quarter. There was a squad that they ran out. It was Fultz, Terrence Ross, Al-Farouq Amino, J.I., and Nikola Vucevic. When you run those 5 guys out there, I mean, you just saw what to me is going to be that team of just continuity, execution, and more importantly, winning.
4 minutes without a bucket for Cleveland with that starting 5 on the floor. Another thing that I'd like to notice, Bamba hit a 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, Gordon hit a 3.
Yep.
Ooh, Vucevic hit a 3.
Yep.
Ooh, Fournier hit a 3. You know Terrence Ross hit a 3.
Of course he did.
7 players hit 3s tonight. Now that, by definition, is versatility.
Yeah. And again, what we saw at Media Day when we got the chance, you and I, out to talk to these players, what we saw in preseason, and then what we saw tonight. This is why I'm saying to you, I said it at the beginning of last season, and I'm going to go on record and I'm going to say it again right now. This is a playoff team. Coach Clifford went away from his normal system of doing things tonight because of the confidence he had in Michael Carter-Williams, MCW. He normally runs a 9-man rotation. Normally. But tonight, he ran a 10th guy. And when we were in the post-game press conference, he said that the reason why he did that was because this man brings defense, which creates offense. And he needs MCW to know that there is going to be a time, be it because of injury, be it because of health, personal reasons, whatever the case may be, as we know it all exists during this 82 game, now 81 game season, there is going to be a moment where MCW's number is going to be called. Clifford wants to make sure he's ready.
Next game up is Atlanta. Now, if you remember from last year, I said last year that Atlanta was going to be a problem.
I don't think so.
Atlanta.
I don't think so.
Funny little stat you may not like. Vince Carter has 2,229 made threes. The entire Atlanta Hawk team has 2,221 made threes. Vince Carter.
Yeah.
Fountain of youth.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are certain guys who no matter how long they play in this league, they will forever be known as an all-star, and definitely, Vinsanity is one of them. I look forward to us being back here next Wednesday when the Magic are home facing the New York Knicks. Man, it's been a great night. Congrats to the Magic. Again, minor thing in my opinion they need to work on, just them rebounds, that's it.
I'd like to see them clean up the turnovers. A little bit of sloppy play in the third.
It's one game.
It's one game.
It's one game.
But there's room for improvement.
You got 81 more games to go. Trust me. They'll be fine. If there's one thing we've learned and we've seen this team do, they clean up their mistakes throughout the entire season. But guaranteed, they are and are going to be a playoff team.
Believe that.
Florida Sun Review, Alex Fleming and Eric Wilson. We will see you guys back here next Wednesday against the Knicks. Hey, have a great night. Drive safe.
Peace.
We're out.